Lego Austin. Or should I say, Lego Austin 2! Now, enjoy the video. Hello Lego Star Wars and Mandalorian fans. I'm Austin, and this is the Mark II Razor Crest from the upcoming Mandalorian and Grogu movie. Well, yes, to be clear, Din Djarin decided to get yet another Razor Crest right after his old one got destroyed by Moff Gideon in Season 2. So that's why a new Razor Crest is here. This one looks completely different with yellow accents, and it is a completely different build compared to the old version, which is right here that I got from 2020. Yeah, 2020. And the figures here are also great. I do have extras, including Seb's real weapon. So let's just grade into the figures. So first up here we have our man here, Din Djarin the Mandalorian. Well, I've already recovered a video of him in two set reviews ago. And he dons the same new outfit from this new Lego Mandalorian lineup for his movie. He has the new leg printing as well as the new arm printing for his wrench launcher. And he still has the new helmet design from 2023 and Din Djarin face underneath the helmet. So yeah, nothing too important here. But you know what is important? His adoptive son, Din Grogu, is included in the set as well. And as you can also see, I added two of his other versions with him. Well, for comparison, this Grogu right here has the new silver Mandalorian plate on his chest from the movie, as a Mandalorian apprentice, I assume. And here's what the new Grogus look like, comparing to the old version on the left. This one right here is made in 2020 for the first Razor Crest set, while these two Grogus right here are made for this year, 2026, for the new movie. Any questions on them? And next up we have an Imperial Remnant Stormtrooper Sergeant. I'm saying that because he has like this new collar piece on his chest. I mean, he looks like a commander, alright? And he has his iconic cannon from Season 2 of The Mandalorian, when these troopers faced off against both Din Djarin and Fennec Shen and even Boba Fett, on that planet where Grogu was meditating with the Force, I assume. And there are a lot of Imperial Remnants out there, and this guy is clearly one of them. And he has his own cannon that was featured in the set, which is insane. I do like the new collar piece, however. The face underneath the mask is basically just some random dude with a smile on his face, which actually makes no sense, considering that these guys should be upset or angry and not smiling. But you know, a whole bunch of people nonetheless. Up next we have Kona Ward in her casual outfit like we first saw in the trailer. And I gotta say, this is an outstanding outfit she's wearing. She's got like a Squidward colored, a sand green, a green shirt, the New Republic and stuff, and brown pants, and a red shirt underneath, and a black belt, as well as some Republican logos on there, I guess. Cool outfit. And this minifigure has two different expressions. A smirk smiley face, as well as a mad face, like she's going against the Empire again, I guess. And she comes with a regular pistol. Now she actually has a second version, where she wears an X-Wing pilot with a different expression. And here's her helmet. So yeah, we're gonna see Kona Ward as both in her casual outfit and her X-Wing attire. I mean, she's basically a pilot in this movie. Don't get me wrong, but these are the only two figures of Kona Ward we've ever gotten for now, but if LEGO does include her in more sets in the future, that would be great, I guess. And then our last minifigure for this video is basically Seb from Star Wars Rebels. First time in live action. I mean, he did make a cameo appearance in The Mandalorian Season 3 at that very planet where he meets Din Djarin in the movie. And what he wears here is a New Republic pilot outfit. And his outfit is actually incredible with 2 molded legs and arms for the first time. And it looks incredible. I know it seems like I'm covering the New Republic logo or the Rebellion logo. But in the set, he came with a regular pistol instead of his original weapon, which is what I brought here for him. I know it can basically contain a lightsaber pistol, a lightsaber hilt with 2 blasters connected to make his weapon. He has that weapon in the movie, like in Star Wars Rebels. The earlier version of the minifigure actually looks completely different. Different color skin, different head mold. I know it sounds weird, but this new version of Seb actually has a new head mold, which sounds a little weird, considering that I thought that LEGO just brought back that head for Seb, considering that he's gonna be in the movie. He does have a smiley expression, like, I assume this guy is gonna help Din Djarin out throughout missions in the movie, like we saw in the trailer. And yeah, if he could have appeared in Ahsoka as well, along with the other characters who were in Star Wars Rebels as well. Oops. But who knows? He might appear, he might not. We'll just see what happens. Okay, one more character I forgot to mention. I actually added this astromech droid from A New Hope and the Mandalorian Season 3 and the Book of Boba Fett. And this droid, I'm sorry, I forgot the name of this droid. But this droid right here used to appear in A New Hope as a regular astromech droid before this guy became actually famous in the Mandalorian Season 3, where this guy here has a bigger role to stick with Din Djarin and Grogu, and then later on joins the New Republic for epic adventures, I guess. I've got this version of the droid in a junior set from Star Wars, but that's a story for another day. I had to include him just because. Now with the minifigures out of the way again, let's get into the main build itself, the new Razor Crest. This is clearly the Mark II version of the Razor Crest, because of the fact that the first one got destroyed by Moff Gideon like I explained earlier. Din Djarin later on got a new Razor Crest for the movie, and now he flies wherever he goes with it. However, this new version of the Razor Crest has like a completely different build, and it's basically a little bit smaller than the old version. It has similar abilities like opening these containments, the doors underneath, these walls, as well as the back of the ship as well, like on both sides. The interior of the ship, however, isn't really as good as the old version, where it's just barely any space. There is a spot to put weapons in. And then there's, in the interior, there's not really much but an engine for some reason. And there's no bed like the other Razor Crest. Hold on, I just gotta close these back up. Just a few moments. And you can actually remove this yellowish cockpit to reveal the interior, where Din Djarin and Grogu and other characters can fit inside the ship for passengers, I guess. Well, Din Djarin is the main pilot, of course. And in the set, this Crest has stud shooters instead of spring-loaded shooters like the original ship. And the engines on both sides are completely redesigned as well, to give them a more sleeker look, which I think they look epic. And on the top of the ship, it seems to be like an escape pod, but it's just, well, too small, and it's not really an escape pod anymore. Now, as for the original Razor Crest from 2020, for the Mandalorian seasons, the original Razor Crest is much bigger, and it features, well, a lot more detail. Well, unlike the new Razor Crest, this version of the Razor Crest has a lot more accessories and more interior. This spot right here allows you to install the spring-loaded missiles. And you can also do the same with opening the doors and the walls. This Razor Crest is 6 years old, and it's a little steepier, but that's the best I can do for the ship. There's a lot more room in this ship, as well as a spot for the carbonite-free prisoners. In Season 1, Din Djarin used to be a bounty hunter, and he collected people and frees them in carbonite, the same way that Darth Vader froze Han Solo in carbonite in The Empire Strikes Back. And yes, there is that bed right here in the original Razor Crest, but not the new version, which, what the heck, Lego? Why didn't you include the new bed? Well, I gotta close these again, like I did to the new one. Hold on. Okay, now that they're closed up. This cockpit right here can also be removed as well, but not entirely. The interior of the ship actually has red seats and a different control panel. This spot right here can be lifted up for some reason to reveal weapons being displayed, like this Beskar spear from Season 2, which would later on become a shirt for Grogu in the Book of Boba Fett. And I'm sure Grogu still wears that shirt to this day. The engines on both of the ship are completely different, and they're a little weird. And same for the engines back there. Unlike the new version, which I think they look better. And here's the original escape pod that is actually removable from this original ship. Yeah, so this escape pod is removable. And you can also take out the top of the ship. I mean, the escape pod to reveal that an interior where you can actually fit any minifigure you want inside the pod for an emergency escape. Plus, you can actually fit Din Djarin's own speeder in this ship, which I think it's interesting. And yes, this has spring-loaded shooters, so you can literally press this down and shoot those spring-loaded shooters. And yeah, yet both of the ships do have the same exact cannon details on the edges, except this one seems to be a little steeper. Oops. My bad. Well, I can't say for certain that both of these Razor Crests look equally as good. The bigger one has a lot more detail than the new version. I have no idea why LEGO decided to make the new Razor Crest a lot smaller than the new version for some reason. I mean, the old one got destroyed by Moff Gideon, and the new one had to be made for Din Djarin to use for the movie. And after the Razor Crest got destroyed, a new ship had to be born. I mean, or should I say, remade. Like this one here. This is an N1 starfighter that Din Djarin uses in the Book of Boba Fett and in Season 3 of The Mandalorian. This used to be a Naboo starfighter from the Phantom Menace, well, the first trilogy, I assume. This version of the N1 starfighter, it basically has some wreckage details, and it looks completely old from the days of the Galactic Republic. But it was later redesigned for Din Djarin for it to become his new ship for now. It features a similar cockpit to a Naboo starfighter, as well as this extra cockpit back there to fit Grogu inside, or the astromech droid from earlier. It was both featured in The Mandalorian Season 3. that both Grogu and that astromech droid can be fit inside that cockpit. Well, for the droid to fit, this window piece right here had to be removed for some reason. And then there's that little tail on the back. So yeah. And I also heard that LEGO made a larger version of the ship the same year, but that one would have to be a different video. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is basically it. This video contains the Racer Crest and the old version, as well as the N1 Starfighter, and its minifigures, of course, and extras. So let me know in the comments of which version of the ship is your favorite. And if you want to see more Star Wars LEGO set reviews, let me know in the comments. And if you want to see the other Mandalorian sets revealed in my channel, please check them out, as I worked hard on those videos as well. This is the way, and may the Force be with you all, and long live the Empire. I filmed this video down here in my living room, by the way. Thank you all for watching. If you like this video, please leave a like. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications for more videos to come. Peace out. Ciao.